Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we have a good video for you guys. We're going to be comparing Gravely ProTurn152 against the Everride Warrior 54-inch. This is going to be a comparison, just cutting some rough grass pasture. This thing has probably over 2,000 hours on it, 25 horse Kawasaki. This thing has 600 hours and it's got a Kawasaki F691B. This baby's wore out, so power's a little lower than this one. They both have brand new blades. Well, they're not brand new, but they were sharpened and they're still in great shape. Both been greased up, and we're gonna take some pass at some grass right behind you guys and show you how they do. Just gonna see how the difference is cut between these two. This was the bee's knees of mowers back in the day, 10-15 years ago when these things were being made, and this is what I run now. Is it the best? Cut quality? No. Build wise, I think it's up there. Yes, I've never had anything break on this, and I have 600 hours, so it's a tank. But this is also a tank. Yeah, we're gonna just do a little video for you guys to show you how they work. First up, Everride. We just did 3 passes here. First one we kind of went a little slower, but then these others went a little quicker. And I don't know if you can see that, but right there, I missed some grass, so that's my fault. And then right here, the grass was really thick. And if you get really low, you can see it's a little higher right there. You can see right there, it's a little higher. There's a couple places it missed. But I mean, overall, for the first pass, just not even slowing down when it's bogging down, just going through, it did really good. Clippings, there's a little bit right there it missed. But I mean, for the most part, especially over there where the grass wasn't very tall, cut at first pass. Now we're gonna cut right here. I know what you're saying. Some of the grass from the Everride is blown over here. We'll go ahead and just cut over a little bit and leave a space in between so you can see a divider. And we'll cut some of this with the old Gravely. Definitely not as good a cut. Some of these weeds right here, it didn't do a very good job on at all. Leaves a lot of little stragglers. And then even cutting the same grass that the Everride was cutting over here, it didn't do very well. I mean, I know it's hard to see, especially on camera here, but there's a lot of tall stuff over there, up there a little bit. There's some tall stuff. And here there's some tall stuff. Like it just flat out missed this. So, and then there's some right there that it just flat out missed. But I'm gonna do some more cutting. This Gravely right here hates those weeds right there. And so I'm gonna take a pass with the old Everride on those weeds and see what happens. Well, that was first pass, one pass with the old Everride there. And you can see first 3 passes here. And then right here, I did the Everride. I know you can't see, but I can see. It's still not a perfect cut. There's still a little stragglers, but it's 10 times better. I mean, you can see right here, it's pretty flat. But then over here, you got a lot of stragglers. And I know you can't see that on the video, but and believe me, I'm not being biased. I mean, I paid a lot of money for that thing. I bought it brand new. I got that thing cheap and it's old. You know, I should be bragging on the old Gravely, but I'm just telling you, the way that deck is designed, with it being really tall on this side and have a whole bunch of space in front of those blades like that, it's a tank. Unstoppable. It does a really good cut on these weeds. I mean, I just can't get over this. These hairy weeds. See that one right there standing straight up? all these kind of standing up. You go over here, same place, and the weeds are cut. It's cut. I mean, it's not like perfect, but it's 100 times better than that Gravely. There's a lot of stragglers everywhere. There's that type of weed on the Gravely. There's just stragglers, but over here on the Everride, yes, like I said, it didn't do a perfect cut. Left a few of them standing up, but it got them down real good to where you almost wouldn't have to take a second pass if you went a little slower. But the Gravely, you got to take a second pass on that deal. All right, well, we just mowed all this. First pass, didn't cut anything twice. Obviously, with it being a little rough as it was, very rough, you have to go a little slower, but it did pretty good. I mean, I know when I was comparing them against the Everride, it doesn't look that great, but when you compare it on its own, it doesn't do too bad, especially once it's got really sharp blades right now. But it did all right. I mean, there's a couple little stragglers here and there, a couple things that didn't cut that great. There's some right there it didn't cut, and some right there it didn't cut, and some right here it didn't cut. But I mean, for the most part, it did a pretty good job for as tall and as weedy as it was. Not too bad. Let's go do some more mowing. Honestly, I actually am pretty impressed with that. I'm not gonna lie, it did a very good cut. I know there's some grass laying on top here, but it pretty much did almost a perfect cut. There's a few things like right here, it missed some, and right there it missed some. It missed a little, yeah, in this middle cut that I did, it missed a couple. Ignore that. That was from just not hitting it right. But this right here was a little tall. Didn't quite get that. Now, I wasn't going flat out. I was going a little slower, and it wasn't perfect cut. There's a little bit of straggler right there. But for the most part, it cut it pretty good. Made it look real nice. Looks halfway decent. Gravely has a win because the motor is brand new. I mean, 600 hours. That's brand new compared to one that's got over 2,000. It's got more power. Definitely has more power. Didn't bog down near as much. The Everride definitely bogs down more. We're going to work on that. We haven't even gave it a tune-up yet. But yeah. She still boogies too. These things were fast in their day, and it'll beat this thing. I can't remember what the speed is on that. I can't remember if it's 8 or 10, but this definitely beats it by at least 2 miles an hour, I would say. Which you may say, what's 2 miles an hour? 2 miles an hour is quite a lot. Alright guys, well, I just did a bunch more mowing with the old Everride there, and I don't know if you can see that, but I cut some more over here and went a little slower because the first time I was doing it in the video right here, you know, I was going a little fast because I was just doing it for the video, you know, but then when I was slowing down here because it's really bumpy, actually mowing it at the speed I would be, it did a perfect cut every time. And I mean perfect. I mean, there is no stragglers on this stuff. Even over here where I was getting into some of this thicker stuff right there, it didn't miss anything. I missed a spot right here, so don't look at that, but the rest of it is just perfect cut. I mean, I mowed up on that hill over there, perfect. Over here was perfect. Don't look at that, I missed that myself. It just did a perfect cut. I know it, you probably can't see it on camera, but you're just gonna have to take my word for it. And then over here, all this grass was just as tall as that, and I just mowed this just like I normally would, not any slower, not any faster, and it cut this almost perfect. There's a little bit of stuff right there, maybe some more stuff about right there, but I mean, it did a pretty decent job because I wasn't trying to go slow or anything, and it did an amazing job. That's all I have for you. I was just gonna do a couple little swipes with these things and just show you what they can do. Gravely, not so great cut quality. It would need a second pass on all that. But it didn't bog down as much as the Everride. The Everride definitely bogs down more, but the motors wore out on it. So that's not really part of the mower itself. That's just because it's wore out. But on the Everride, if you would have went a little slower, you could call that good. On that first pass we did over there, it's pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. I mean, I would almost call that good for a pasture. For a pasture, I mean, I'd say that's good. For the Gravely, when it went through the same stuff right beside it, you know, it honestly needs a second pass. But, you know, it's whatever. And then on these hairy weeds that this Gravely just hates, it left a bunch of them standing. I mean, I can go, it doesn't, when I'm mowing regular yards, this Gravely doesn't like those hairy weeds. This has the X Factor 2 deck. I know they came out with the X Factor 3, and I guarantee it's worse because the way they changed the baffles on it, I guarantee it's worse. But it doesn't like those hairy weeds. But this Everride, it does a pretty good job cutting those hairy weeds. If you went a little slower, it'd be all right. One thing I wanted to show you guys on this Gravely here that I did to help it out. For one, I switched to aftermarket, just high lift blades. So I don't use the Gravely blades anymore. Those are junk. And this baffle on this side got messed up, so I took it off. The other side is still there, but when this one came off, I didn't notice any change. And I actually adjusted the baffles before they came off and helped a little bit, but it didn't fix my problem. So another thing that I did was I got 3 washers putting these blades a little lower. That helped tremendously. So you guys want to do that. Switch to some different high lift blades and put some washers on this thing to get this blade a little lower. And in my mind, just take out those baffles. They're worthless. I still have some other ideas. I might be changing some pulleys to maybe get the blades to spin faster. Maybe help out on that problem. But as far as that goes, that's pretty much done on that one. And this one, the blades, these have 5-inch spindles, pulleys, and that has 6-inch spindles with pulleys. So that's why this thing mows so much better. The blades spin faster, and they're a little longer too, and they also overlap more. I also put some washers on this. You can't see it because I ran over that piece of rope, but there is 2 washers on this bad boy. Get these blades down a little bit, which, it doesn't need any more deck volume over here, but in the back is a little short. This thing is just unstoppable. I know it's kind of rough, seat's bad, and this is sketch, but believe me, it's better than when I bought it. So yep, little video of those 2 right there.